Should Kenya be scared of Rwanda? You see, there was a time when Kenya wore the crown of East Africa's development champion. Nairobi's ever-expanding skyline, tarmacked expressways, and a tech-savvy middle class made it the region's undisputed powerhouse. But lately, a quiet yet striking transformation is unfolding just south of the equator in a country once written off by many. The name on everyone's lips right now is Rwanda, and behind it all is the man many love to criticize yet secretly admire, President Paul Kagame. Kagame, often painted by the Western media as a dictator with an iron grip on power, is now being seen in a new light, particularly by Africans. While critics still debate his democratic credentials, ordinary citizens across the continent are beginning to ask an uncomfortable question. What if Kagame's style of leadership, for all its flaws, is exactly what Africa needs right now? Now, this question hit a fever pitch recently when Rwanda hosted Nigerian Super Eagles for a World Cup qualifier at Kigali's newly renovated Amahoro Stadium. A structure so impressive it shook the region's assumption to the core.
Just look at this spectacle. Look at this beautiful stadium. You would think this stadium is in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, or in Europe. But this is Stade Amahoro in Kigali, Rwanda, where Nigeria played yesterday. Like, what did we do to deserve these Nigerians? Look at this world-class stadium. Like, I was watching Nigerian match and I'm like, this stadium is in Rwanda. Rwanda, country where Nigeria get money pass.
As the Nigerian team touched down in Kigali, curiosity was high. Was the buzz real? Is Kigali truly that clean? Does Rwanda really have the infrastructure to rival its larger neighbors? The moment the players stepped into Amahoro Stadium, the answers were clear. Cameras zoomed in to showcase a venue that could easily be mistaken for an English Premier League stadium. Neatly aligned seats dropped in the Rwandan flag's colors.
Welcome them as they make their way to the pitch.
Stadium lighting so crisp, it tricked viewers into thinking it was a day game despite the night skies above. And when the broadcast cut to exterior shots, viewers across the continent gasped. The once humble stadium now stood proudly as one of the finest in Africa.
See Rwanda, God. Hey, now what? See Rwanda. People are not going to see Rwanda. Jesus.
On social media, the reactions came fast and unfiltered. Kenyans in particular took to X, formerly Twitter, to express both awe and dismay. Comparisons between Kigali's Amahoro Stadium and Nairobi's aging Nyayo Stadium were brutal. Some even admitted with a tinge of embarrassment that Kenya had lost its age.
Nyi watu, mumeona stadium ya Rwanda? Mmeona stadium ya Rwanda venye inakaa after imetengenezwa? Amahoro Stadium, mmeiona? Hey, Kwanza usiku. Tafuta hapo, enda uione. I have no comment. Enda tu uione. Cause go look for it, uone.
Yes, Uyo is a good stadium, it's a fine stadium, but come on, if that's the best stadium in the so-called giant of Africa, then we are not ready. You can't compare that Uyo stadium, the Godswill Akpabio stadium, to this Stade Amahoro. They are not mates. They are not mates. I was watching Talks Always, that's from Fans Tribe. I was watching his interview, and he was saying that a Rwandan citizen was saying that the only regret in life or the only sadness in life is that their president will have to leave them one day. He will die one day. They wish he was immortal. Like people, they wish say their president will go live forever. Oh boy. It's so unfair to us Nigerians. So it's so unfair that we cannot boast of a world-class stadium. I went to use a fine stadium, but the stadium is now almost dilapidated. You know, no steals again for the stadium. And you can't compare it to this. You can't. Look at our international players who play in world-class stadiums. Go to African countries like Nigeria, big pass, play in such stadiums. And when we invite teams to our home stadium, the shame go they even catch these players. You go they catch them now. After playing in that beautiful stadium yesterday, they will now carry those same players and come and play in Godswill Akpabio Stadium. It's a pity.
But Rwanda's development isn't limited to football arenas. Under Kagame's watch, the country has undergone a remarkable facelift. Roads, hospital, tech hubs, public transport, all executed with a discipline and vision rarely seen on the continent. The World Bank's latest rankings places Rwanda among the easiest places to do business in Africa. Foreign investors are also taking note, tourists too. Yet it is Amahoro Stadium, whose name fittingly means peace in Kinyarwanda, that has become a powerful symbol of Rwanda's rise. Once a safe haven for thousands of Tutsi refugees during the 1994 genocide, today it is a monument of resilience and ambition.
We as Africans should be so proud and thank our president for his leadership and building the best stadium. The next time I come here, I want to see the national team of Rwanda playing against the best national team of countries in Africa.
Renovated in 2022 through a $165 million partnership with a Turkish firm, the stadium now boasts 45,508 seats and world-class amenities, making it one of Africa's premier sporting venues.
Welcome them as they make their way to the pitch.
Hello, Kigali, hello.
So should Kenyans and indeed East Africa, or rather the whole Africa, be worried? Not necessarily, but it might be time to wake up. Rwanda's rise doesn't have to spell Kenya's decline. In fact, Kagame's bold push for development might just spark the kind of a regional competition that benefits all East Africans and Africa at large. However, it is clear that Rwanda is no longer playing catch-up. In many ways, it is setting the pace. And for a small nation once seen through the lens of tragedy, that's a comeback story worth watching closely.
In any part of Africa, if Africa is still lagging behind other continents. But what has made other people rich are the same things that they would make Africa rich. Because Africa is endowed with resources. I mean, take a country like DRC, by the way.
Congo is a good time to pivot because DRC is an incredibly rich country.
Very, very rich. But
One of
there
the
are
richest
other
countries when it
countries
comes
which
to minerals.
Okay. Why would a country like that ever have to beg for anything from anyone? Why?
I should be asking you, so your neighbor.
I'm just using the question to answer you to show that it's about politics, it's about management, it's about, by the way, that integrity that we're talking about. You know, to these leaders feel they should be working with their people and to make sure that they benefit from these resources and raise everybody to a much higher level. Once you don't think about it like that, then it doesn't happen. Because in every country of the continent, I'm sure in the United States you see many Senegalese, many Rwandans, many Congolese, many, and they are as brainy, as endowed, as, you know, they have the capacities like those people in the United States or like in Europe and so on.
Then why aren't they prospering in Congo? What is, like, Congo is a perfect example of this happening
It's
today.
the politics of our continent.
It's just the system is so flawed.
It is just, yeah.
The way I see it, so